you're watching Ogun State Television. I am Senior Tabaru, and this is our comprehensive news package today on Ogun State Television. Thank you for joining us. Our first stories this time. President Tinubu meets service chiefs, security heads over insecurity, Borno airstrike fallout. Federal government waives import duties on mass transit buses, electric vehicles to cushion effect of ongoing Middle East crisis on Nigerians. Ogun State government launches flip chart on primary health delivery system. And UK considers social media ban for under 16s amid online safety concerns.
Business, federal government increases domestic borrowing by 8.1 trillion naira in the first quarter of 2026. I bring you details of this and other stories when I return on the business segment of the news. I am Olayemi Takuro. Stay with us.
Still on the news tonight. Tottenham Hotspur in advanced negotiation to sign Liverpool defender Andre Robertson ahead of summer transfer window. To hear me on sports segment of the news for the details of these stories and more, I am Sheyalo Tongoe.
In the words of Thomas Edison, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Don't forget you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogun TV and Ogun State Television, YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and on OGTV website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download OGTV app on Apple and Google Play stores. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has held a high-level security meeting with service chiefs and heads of intelligence agencies at the State House Abuja amid mounting concerns about the country's security situation. The closed-door session, described as an emergency meeting, was attended by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Anele, the Director General of the Department of State Services, Oluwatosin Ajayi, the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ambassador Mohammed, and the Inspector General of Police, Tunji Disu. Also present was the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, alongside other top security officials at the State House, Abuja. The meeting comes against the backdrop of recent developments, including a travel advisory issued by the United States Department of State authorizing the voluntary departure of non-emergency government personnel and their families from its embassy in Abuja. Reacting, the federal government dismissed the advisory as a routine precaution based on U.S. internal protocols, insisting it does not reflect the broader security reality across the country. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, said, while isolated incidents persist, there is no general breakdown of law and order, and the vast majority of the country remains stable. In another development, the federal government has granted a waiver on import duties for mass transit buses, electric vehicles, and manufacturing machinery. The development follows President Bola Tinubu's directive to key economic officials to design measures to cushion the impacts of the ongoing Middle East crisis on Nigerians, particularly amid rising fuel prices. The disclosure contained on an X post by Dada Olusegun, special advisor to the president on social media, noted that the move is part of new fiscal measures aimed at easing economic pressure on Nigerians and curbing inflationary pressures. Olusegun said the Tinubu administration approved a broad set of import duty reductions to lower inflation, support businesses, and improve affordability for consumers. Under the new policy, import duties on electric vehicles were reduced from 5% to 0%. Mass transit buses were also granted full duty exemption, down from 5% to 0%, to encourage cheaper public transportation and support cleaner mobility alternatives. The levy on manufacturing machinery was equally scrapped, falling from 5% to 0% in a move aimed at lowering production costs and boosting industrial activity. In a sustained drive to strengthen the capacity and efficiency of public service, the Ogun State government is deepening investment in leadership development across its ministries, departments, and agencies. This was as 42 senior officers are selected for the third edition of the Strategic Leadership and Management course, organized in collaboration with the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies. Ayodeji Tomorioluwumi report.
Efforts to build a more responsive and result-driven public service in Ogun State receive a boost through sustained collaboration with the Obasikiru Kayode Adetono School of Governance Studies, Agoiwoye. The initiative brought together chief executives and senior officers from various ministries, departments, and agencies for the third edition of the Strategic Leadership and Management course. Director of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies at the school, Professor Shola Adeyanju, assures participants of intensive training designed to enhance foresight, adaptability, and sound decision-making in a dynamic governance environment.
The institution beyond its physical structures is a living system where ideas are refined, leadership is strengthened, and governance capacity is deliberately built through structured, outcome-oriented engagements.
Director General of the Institute, Professor Ayo Motayo, commends the Ogun State government for prioritizing human capital development through strategic training initiatives, while offering to organize a free training program on strategic foresighting for the state governors nominated candidates to consolidate the economic blueprint of the government. He also acknowledges the commitment of the State Head of Service, Mr. Kehinde Onasonya, to strengthening the link between policy formulation and effective service delivery.
Civil service drives any country because you implement the policies in these modern days. Any government that cannot do that successfully will not grow because things happen so quickly. We are excited to be with you again. We are so excited that our brother has continued to help to develop capacity. We are happy that the governor understands and appreciates capacity building.
Declaring the course open, the Head of Service, Mr. Kehinde Onasonya, says the program reflects the administration's resolve to promote efficiency, innovation, and sustainable growth within the civil service.
Just last month, the state recorded another milestone with the successful participation of 51 accounting officers in a two-day executive strategic retreat on AI leadership and digital transformation. These successive capacity building initiatives are not isolated efforts. Rather, they form part of a well-oriented strategy aimed at constructing the civil public service of the state as a responsive, innovative, and performance-driven institution.
A total of 42 participants drawn from the Ogun State Civil Service are taking part in the training. Ogun State is the first state to benefit from the program at the first edition, which was held last year. Ayodeji Tomori Oluwumi, OGTV News.
Ogun State House of Assembly has organized a one-day capacity building seminar for members on time management as a crucial skill for effective nation building. Correspondent Kola Oliosho reports that the Speaker, Oluda Isi-Elemide, was represented by the member representing Odogbolu State constituency, Honorable Lukman Adeleye. Details of his report are presented in this package.
Declaring the seminar open at the Assembly Complex, Okemoso, Abeokuta, the Speaker, Right Honorable Oluda Isi-Elemide, represented by Honorable Lukman Adeleye, stressed the importance of effective time management and continuous capacity building, urging participants to remain focused in order to enhance their knowledge, understanding, and overall contribution to nation building.
This house has given fit to put up a capacity building workshop like this, so that regularly the educators, lawmakers, and some other staff will continue to be updated and be in target with global practices. Chief
Adegbola Adeyemo, the chairman and chief executive of Satellite Company Limited, who was a resource person in his presentation, explained that effective time management enabled individuals to accomplish more within a shorter period through key skills such as prioritizing tasking, delegation, multitasking, strategic thinking, and proper scheduling.
We cannot overemphasize the importance of time. Our life is the sum total of time we live. Every day we are each allotted 24 hours, and our life is the total amount of time we have spent on earth. Time is indeed the most precious commodity on earth.
He further outlined essential principles of time management, including planning, organizing, prioritizing tasks, focusing on one activity at a time, avoiding distraction, and learning to decline unnecessary engagement, noting that proper planning remained the most reliable technique for achieving productivity. In his remarks, Honorable Babatunde Teller appreciated the resource person for the insightful lecture, while reiterating the need for members to make effective use of their time to enhance productivity, reduce stress, and improve the quality of their legislative duties. In her closing remarks, the Assembly Chief Whip, Honorable Omolola Bakari, appreciated the resource person for the seminar, describing the session as impactful and engaging with a lot of benefits for all political office holders, urging our colleagues to put the lessons learned to use.
In another development, the state government has launched a health facility flip chart designed to be a practical tool to support healthcare providers and community mobilizers towards improving health service delivery. At the launch of the 24-page compendium, the World Health Organization and Society for Family Health applauded the state government for taking the lead among other states in health care delivery. Fowora Additional report.
It's a Bible or Quran, if you like it, for the primary health care delivery system in Ogun State, which observers believe is a first of its kind.
I was part of this plan to create a unified flip chart from the very beginning.
If you have adolescents at the center and you want to counsel them, the messages is also there to guide us. If you have any case of malaria, how to handle it, how to prevent malaria, it's also there. Even the case of family planning, the different types of family planning, the roles of men in family planning, the types you can use, we have all of this.
The integrated reproductive, maternal, newborn, child, adolescents, elderly health and nutrition flip chart has come to stay, and it is subject to periodical review in years to come, and it's out at the period when external funding is dwindling.
It's going to make a huge difference in terms of cost efficiency.
I have never observed any state that has done this.
The 24-page flip chart covers a whole lot, providing easy goal and wide coverage for health providers and communities.
More importantly, the information here are quite interactive.
Stakeholders describe it as the best and the way to go. Executive Secretary of the Primary Health Board, Ogun State, Dr. Elijah Ogunshola, who rode forward, appreciated the support of the developmental partners, most especially Society for Family Health, for bringing the flip chart, which he described as a laudable vision, to reality. Fowora Additional, OGTV News.
INEC warns against digital impersonation targeting commission. More news and reports when we return. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. This is still the news at 8 on Ogun State Television. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has said the controversy surrounding alleged partisan post linked to its chairman is a case of digital impersonation targeting the institution rather than an individual. INEC's ICT Director, Lawrence Bayodi, stated this while reacting to resurfaced social media posts attributed to an account allegedly linked to the Commission's chairman, Josh Amupita. Bayodi stressed that the issue goes beyond an individual, warning about the broader implications of misinformation. He emphasized the need for vigilance and fact-checking in a democratic system. The controversy stems from a 2023 poll circulating online, which critics alleged suggested partisan alignment involving the INEC chairman. INEC further warned that cyber criminals were exploiting fake accounts and impersonation tactics to mislead the public, adding that it is working with security agencies to track those responsible. A support group within the All Progressives Congress APC in Ogun State, Caucus 7202, has formally endorsed the aspirations of President Bola Tinubu, Governor Dapo Abiodun, and Senator Solomon Olamileko Adeola ahead of the 2027 general elections. The endorsement was announced during a larger stakeholders meeting of the group held at Idiroko Road, Ado-Ota local government. Details of the event are in this package.
Gathered here are members of CACO 7202, and they are here to lend their support for the re-election of President Bola Tinubu for second term in office and to pledge support for Governor Dapo Abiodun and Senator Solomon Olamileko Adeola. The Director General of the group, Honorable Olasheni Koiki, described the performance of President Tinubu in office as impressive, noting that his policies and projects in agriculture, infrastructure, education, security, and economic reforms have directly impacted Nigerians.
The host of the various groups we have coming together to have their declaration, speaking in one voice. We have association of NATA here, the mechanics, the traditional association, fish sellers, yam sellers, various groups, artisans, sellers, all here in support. That's what Caucus 72 has been all about in the last 3 years, and then we are demonstrating it at the local level in this local government today. And we also have here a number of prominent leaders.
According to some leaders at the event, the endorsement also reflects the group's strategic positioning ahead of the 2027 party primaries, with a focus on presenting who they consider credible and experienced aspirant for officers. The group also declared their desire for Governor Dapo Abiodun to represent Ogun East Senatorial District in the National Assembly, describing his administrative experience as an asset that would benefit the district at the federal level.
When people like us, when we confirm that, you should know, I've been in government to myself, a executive position as commissioner and so on. I am not saying the other, maybe governor, they are not trying their best.
Because of his laudable programs he has been embarking upon since he has come to Ogun State.
Senator Olamileko Adeola Yayi has been a very good senator to us. He has improved the infrastructure of our senatorial districts all over Ogun West, and we are supporting him because of everything he has done for us. We have never seen this kind of development.
They equally described Senator Solomon Adeola, the lawmaker in Ogun West, as a tested and result-driven leader whose performance in Ogun West and contributions across the state have earned him widespread support.
Meanwhile, a political group, Focus Forum, with its tentacles spread across the 9 local governments of Ogun East and beyond, has endorsed the re-election of President Bola Tinubu next year. The group also adopted Solomon Olamileko Adeola as its preferred candidate for the Ogun State governorship election in the primaries of the All Progressives Congress APC. Members of the group converged on Ijebu-Ode Club to formalize their decision and strengthen their political alignment ahead of the polls. At the gathering, Alex Onabanjo was invested as Grand Patron, while Hafsat Oduwole Balewa was installed as Grand Matron of the forum. The rest of the report is presented in this package.
Focus Forum has grown significantly in number, with members who have held various political positions in the past, giving them considerable influence and leverage.
We see how we can give good governance to Ogun State. Hence, Focus Forum was formed. And since then, we've been increasing days by days.
They are gathered here to formally endorse President Bola Tinubu for his second term in office, while also adopting Solomon Olamilekan Adeola as their preferred candidate for the Ogun State governorship election in 2027 from the ruling party, APC. The occasion also featured a lecture on the theme, repositioning the socio-economic and political landscape of Ogun State in the next dispensation, delivered by Remi Ogumefu, who emphasized the need for strategic planning and inclusive governance. On the sidelines of the program was the introduction and investiture of Alex Njo and Hafsat Oduwole Balewa as Grand Patron and Grand Matron of the forum. Members of the group unanimously expressed confidence that the re-election of President Tinubu will consolidate the achievements of his first term and further strengthen national development.
So Focus Forum of Ogun East have declared our support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu re-election, as well as the election of Senator Olamilekan Adeola as the governor of Ogun State come 2027 by the grace of God.
The gathering underscores the growing political realignments ahead of the 2027 elections as stakeholders continue to mobilize support and shape the future leadership direction of Ogun State and Nigeria at large. Bumi Adigun, OGTV News.
The leadership of the All Progressives Congress APC in Agilete Ward, Yewa South Local Government area of Ogun State, has indefinitely suspended a member, Prince Akim Obanla. He was alleged to have been involved in anti-party activities and destructive conduct. The decision was reached at the statutory meeting of the ward following what was described as a very disturbing petition against him and his wife, Elizabeth Obanla.
The All Progressives Congress APC Secretariat in Agilete Ward was filled to the brim as members trooped out in large numbers for the statutory meeting of the ward.
If you want to be traveling from Ogun State now, we don't need to be going to anywhere. It's a matter of just taking our car all the way from Agilete to Iperu and board my plane here. So on this note, we are on behalf of my leaders in Agilete Ward, on behalf of my escorts, on behalf of all members of APC Agilete Ward, we are giving kudos to our amiable governor.
After deliberation on various matters arising, members alleged that Prince Akim Obanla prolonged inactivity in party affairs, drawing the attention of the public to the series of action of misconduct by him and his wife, Elizabeth Obanla, according to a statement jointly signed by all the executive members of the ward. The party reiterates commitment to discipline, loyalty, and respect for leadership as indispensable values to sustain unity, growth, and continued success of the party.
The repeated dissemination of misleading claims by Mrs. Obanla Elizabeth regarding key government initiatives, including the State Electric Mobility Program and the acquisition of aircraft for state operations, represent a deliberate attempt to misinform the public and discredit the achievements of the APC-led government in Ogun State. The conduct of Prince Akim Obanla and Mrs. Elizabeth Obanla, his wife, therefore constitutes a breach of the party's constitution, code of conduct, and the expected discipline of members of the All Progressive Congress. In view of this development, the APC Adilete Ward, Iwasa local government area has resolved to suspend Prince Akeem Obanla from the party with immediate effect, pending further review and necessary action by the appropriate organs of the party.
The statement added, having carefully deliberated the issues, the executive committee of the ward resolved to suspend Prince Akeem Obanla indefinitely from all party activities pending the conclusion of the investigation. The executives said the action was taken in line with the party's constitution and remains binding on all members in the ward.
A coalition of Muslim advocacy groups in Ogun State has demanded fair political representation for Muslims in the Southwest in the 2027 election. At a press conference in Abeokuta, the group said democracy must reflect equity, justice, and inclusive leadership, not just membership. Taiwo Fabaje report.
The Southwest Muslim Voice for Good Governance, a coalition of various Muslim advocacy groups across Ogun State, convened a press conference with the theme advocating fair representation, the call for Muslim governors in Southwest Nigeria with focus on Ogun State. The group, operating under the motto, raising our voice for equity, justice, and inclusive leadership, says a nation that sidelines any faith group weakens its own foundation of justice and unity. The advocacy group includes Muslim Rights Concerns, Islamic Training Organization of Nigeria, Coalition of Muslim Women Organization, among others. General Secretary of the coalition, Ustaz Tajuddin Alao, and the co-convener, Alhaji Kehinde Lawal, stressed that the coalition is not a political party and not sponsored by any politician or interest group, adding that the call is not for dominance or division, but for balance, recognition, fairness, and inclusion.
History teaches us that justice is the foundation for lasting peace and progress. The future we seek is one where every citizen, regardless of faith, believe in their rightful place within the leadership structure of our state. The call is not divisive. Rather, it is a sincere invitation to build a more balanced, united, and equitable society.
Nigeria remains a pluralistic nation, proudly built upon the pillars of religion, ethnic and cultural diversity. When properly harnessed, this diversity is not a liability, but a great source of strength. Democracy is not merely a contest of number. It is a moral system anchored in justice, inclusion, and the assurance that every group has a legitimate pathway to leadership.
The Ogun State coordinator of the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria, Amir Sharif Mayalike, during question and answer session, noted that Muslims must be recognized in the scheme of things, especially the seat of governor in the state. He advocated Muslim candidate by all political parties in the 2027 election.
This is a state belonging to all of us, and all of us have every right as citizens, as residents, as people who are domiciled in Ogun State to vie for this position.
Members of the various Muslim advocacy groups at the press conference also called for unity and oneness to ensure that the purpose of the gathering and its mission is achieved. Taiwo Fabajo, OGTV News.
Honorable Samsudeen Adekunle Lawal, a member representing Ogun Waterside constituency in the Ogun State House of Assembly, has formally defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. The defection was made public at the Ogun Waterside local government headquarters in Abigi, where he stated that extensive consultation and discussion were pivotal in his decision to switch parties. Details are in this package.
Abigi, the headquarters of Ogun Waterside local government, hosted the official defection of Honorable Samsudeen Adekunle Lawal, member representing Ogun Waterside at the State House of Assembly. The lawmaker, who is also chairman, Standing House Committee on Environment, highlighted the leadership style of Governor Dr. Abiodun and the governor's focus on infrastructure development as additional reasons for joining the APC. He expressed excitement about the warm reception he received from his fellow lawmakers and officials of the ruling APC during the announcement of his defection. Receiving the new member, the APC chairman in the council area and other leaders enjoined all members of the party not to see their representative as a new member, promising a level playing ground for all. High point of the defection was the official handing over of the All Progressive Congress flag to the lawmaker.
The Ashiwaju Oladapo Odumosu Foundation has organized a peace walk across the Ijebu local government. The convener and founder, Oladapo Odumosu, said the initiative is aimed at promoting harmony, fostering unity, and encouraging togetherness, while also declaring support for the current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Governor Dapo Abiodun. Ayodeji Tomariodiwume reports.
From Italapo through Olorisha Junction to Oyingbo Roundabout and back to Abeokuta Road in Ijebu-Ode local government area, members and supporters of Ashiwaju Oladapo Odumosu Foundation turned out in large numbers for the peace walk. Speaking at the event, Ashiwaju Oladapo Odumosu described the initiative as a deliberate effort to promote unity, compassion, and social cohesion while encouraging the personal reflection necessary for sustainable development. He commended the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and acknowledged the efforts of Governor Dapo Abiodun in revitalizing Ogun State.
Ashiwaju Foundation is a foundation that values humanity, that values mankind. We believe that the only way to serve God is to serve humanity, is to serve mankind. No meaningful development can happen in an environment of violence.
Participants at the event praised the initiative, noting that it will help unite people across religious and political divides while strengthening harmony within the community.
It's a peaceful turnout, and I appreciate the founder of this Ashiwaju Oladapo Odumosu for well done job, and also all our people, I mean the supporters. I say kudos to them.
Though it's a peace walk, and at the same time it's for people to know him for what he's aspiring for in political terrain.
A nation without peace cannot sustain itself. That is why we are doing this walk peace, to enlighten our people that we should live together as a man. We should live together as a body. We should see ourselves, irrespective of religion, we should see ourselves as one.
The walk concluded with a prayer session led by clerics for the foundation, Ijebu-Ode local government area, Ogun East Senatorial District, Ogun State, and Nigeria as a whole. Ayodeji Tomori Olunmi, OGTV News.
The coronation and presentation of staff of office to Oba Peter Oluwole Ogunbayo as the 38th Odemo of Ishararemo by the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, holds on Tuesday, 14th April 2026 at 10 in the morning. Venue of the coronation is AUD Primary School, Ishararemo. Let's join Olayemi Takuro for business news. Please stay with us.